pressed something then. I pressed something wrong. And I've got like with 4 seconds to go. Don't want to be messing around with that. That's what I was putting on that thing. And I've got to get my jumper out of the way. It's all messy, yeah? It's messy because I'm doing a lecture tonight. Anyway, welcome to Real Magic Review. My name is Steve Faulkner and I'm doing a last minute live because I like going live. It's exciting and I don't have to edit then. See, editing's a bit of a pain, isn't it? As some of you will know. So it's nice to do a live one. And I was a bit fired up because I got into this thing yesterday, which I'll talk about today. But I'm going to say hello, like and subscribe. Check out cardmagiccourse.com. Check it out after this. Go and have a look at it, cardmagiccourse.com. It's very good. It's exciting. I've just uploaded 2 tutorials today. Out of This World, the original Out of This World. I've uploaded a tutorial for that, which is great. And Be Honest, What Is It? By Eddie Fector. Which is just such an amazing trick, and I've uploaded that, the basic version, and then we had a live discussion on that, which is also uploaded. So you get so much bang for your buck with that course. That's what you do. Go and have a look at that. Look, they're all here. Blimey. This is what happens when I go live without telling anybody. Everybody turns up. That's good, isn't it? So tell me if I'm too loud. You can't hear me and stuff like that. So Karthik, how you doing? Matthew, tell me if that's right. Is it Matthew? Is it Matau? With that spelling? I always look at it and get it wrong, I'm sure. Tom, you are catching me live. Well done. Glad you're here, mate. Gary, good to see you again. Luch, lovely Luch. How are you, mate? We've got to have that chat. I've got Ecam now, so we can have a nice chat. And Michał Kaczałek, I hope I've got that right. Designer extraordinaire, and he's just sent me his new book, Plans, Methods and Plots and Methods 2. Is that right? It is, isn't it? I haven't got it on me, which I'm really excited to get into because I love the first one. So I'm just having a chat because I don't see anybody anymore. So I'm using an excuse just to communicate with somebody, even me knowing you're there. It's not like in my head I'm not looking at a camera. Geraint Jones, how you doing? So ask me some questions. Let's just hang out and have a chat. But before we do that, I will talk about Jason England's masterclass because it was great, man. It was really, really special because look, I've done it. Look, there's my 4 races. That's what I learned yesterday. Because it was sort of started telling me stuff I thought I knew about. But Jason England is such an expert. I mean, it's way back in the day. I remember watching all the was it the Theory 11 downloads or was it Murphy's or something that he would do like the second deal, the bottom deal, Greek deal, and all that sort of thing. I used to love them, but I always found it quite hard to learn that sort of stuff on video. Not the technical aspects of it, easy for me to say, but there was some. I used to get quite bored, not with Jason's videos, just with any video of that technique. For some reason, I used to find it really hard to engage with, and I used to find that stuff easier to learn from books, like Card College and Marlowe and all that kind of doings. So I got this a couple of weeks ago because it's been out, it's out, and I haven't watched any of them live, and I don't think you have to at all. It's lovely to watch them live, but actually it doesn't feel that different on the 2 main sessions because they kind of finish very quickly anyway. The Q&A's on the 3rd week. So I thought, you know, I know a lot of this stuff. I don't know half as much as Jason England. I never will. But, you know, it's brief work. It's Breatha Crimp work. And there's some stuff on the push through. All things I do, but don't use that much, but kind of do and enjoy doing them and teach them. But I couldn't have been further from the truth. This was straight in. I was really into this. So he starts off with the Breatha Crimp work. I was like, oh yeah, I know Breatha Crimp. I'll teach you on the course. I'll get Breatha. But then straight away he got all this work on it that is, yes, we know what it does, like I just did. You can cut the pack to any place in the pack, and it's just brilliant. But then he's got all these details, mixing Pharaohs with it, mixing Zaro shuffles with it, ways to make it that little bit more convincing. So even if people that are watching you kind of knew their stuff, like magicians, you'd still be able to fool them. And there's a lot of kind of magician fooling stuff on here, and not for the sake of fooling magicians necessarily, but that thing of if you can fool magicians, I think with these sort of skills, it just elevates you above a lot of people doing this stuff. So the Breatha Crimp, you know, starts off, of course, how to put a breather into a card, but just that thing of being able to cut and cut to 4 aces basically, which was what he was doing as an example, but then cutting to any named card. Oh, just checking, I'm still there. But then he went into the card controls, and this is where you kind of, you do look at all the stuff you've learned and you go, if I'd have learnt a breather first, I don't know if I'd have learnt any of this stuff. And I think that may have been a bad thing, because I love doing controls and forces like all of us do. You know, we like doing them for the sake of doing them, and we like taking them out doing them when we could do something self-working that's easy. We enjoy that sleight of hand. And there's something so powerful about a breather crimp and the actual other stuff that we're doing with the brief, which I'll talk about in a second, that you kind of go, if I'd have learned that first, I don't know if I'd have ever... It almost makes these incredible routines self-working. Now, of course, they're not. You've got to work on them. You've got to get comfortable. But a couple of the card controls, that thing of, you know, we're all used to holding a break when we do something like that, but being able to someone being able to put a card back and just totally lose it, and then go into a triumph or something straight from that without having to control the card to the top, you know, all that, you go, this is really powerful. There's a wonderful control from a deck like this where they can touch any card, and you they can even sign it or whatever, and you put the card in the deck and then you can find it instantly. And then he's got a couple of great tricks with it. This I've written it down. What was it again? It's the the Martin Nash trick. That was it. I wanted to get that right. Backfire. That was it. And it's just such a simple trick. And I've performed it. I only watched this yesterday. I've done it. I did it this morning at coffee with some friends, and I'm going to do it forever. It's the most simple thing. But the lovely thing is, you get someone to take your card and put it back. It's in the deck. It's definitely lost in the deck. You know, it's right in there. Whoa, it's right in there. You don't do that. Actually, that was what we call a convincer and a subtlety. They put it in the deck like that. It's completely lost, and then you say, right, well, I'm going to time how long you take to find your card, and they find it, and you time them, and it's 8 seconds or something. And what that does is tell them it's still in the pack, obviously, and it's not controlled anywhere. And then you go, right, I'll try and beat you, and you put the deck behind your back or under the table and come back out within like 1.5 seconds, and it's on the top. I think it's a brilliant trick. It's an absolute corker, and it's really quick, and it's genuinely magical. That thing of just going, you know, out of sight for a second and coming back was just brilliant. So that kind of gives you an idea of what it is. So and it's like Andy said at the end. It's like what a masterclass is taking those 3 or 4 things and really drilling down in them and kind of giving you good uses and spending time with them. And then the brief work, which is just, I mean, brief work to me is, I discovered it properly through the Steve Forte books. I knew about brief work, but I haven't done too much. And it's kind of like using a breather crimp without a breather. And it's, again, being able to cut to any card, a selection or 4 aces, but showing the deck completely squared and being able to kind of, bang, get them like that. And actually not that difficult. And like I said, I've spent quite a bit of time with this, but to see that in action, and to, again, the tricks with it and the subtleties and the ways of making it really convincing, squaring the pack up and then, you know, getting into position was amazing. Same thing, tricks with that, and then the push through. Now the push through, if I'd have seen that when I learned this stuff, that would have saved me hours and hours and hours, because he not only says, you know, why you would do certain things with a push through, but he not only shows you what to do, but it gives you the why. Sorry. So yes, I've learned that it's good to do certain things, and you can sort of get a vague idea of why things would be better in a certain way. But he takes you through, you know, more ways of making that easier for yourself. And when you've got that, you build up your skill, and then yes, you can do maybe a perfect faro, a table faro, and then do a push through. But to be able to do that in these stages and still make it look really, really convincing, I thought it was absolutely corking. He was a brilliant teacher. This is only day 1. I haven't watched day 2 yet, where he's doing bottom deals and seconds, which I'm super excited about, which is already out, by the way. And then there's the Zoom Q&A. Really, really engaging, and I think a phenomenal teacher. Just the way he engaged me with this stuff I kind of already did, but I really wanted to watch it. And what was interesting was that I watched the first kind of 40, because I had the kids over the weekend, so I watched 40 minutes of it and sat with it, and then I stopped it, and then for the next kind of few hours I'd go back to my cards and I just wanted to cement that stuff in. And what you've got after this one day is a drill, a proper drill. I've got this stuff written down, and it's like, okay, with the brief stuff I can go through that. So he's giving you drills to work with everything, and that sort of hour, whatever it was that the Zoom class was, that's given me years of work, really. So after 45 minutes, I thought if it stopped there and I'd paid that money, that would be enough for me, because this has given me some gold just to go forward and work on my technique. And every time I pick up the cards now, I'm working on those little things to make it more convincing and really, really enjoying it again. And I had lost my mojo a little bit recently, and this, like these masterclasses often do, has kind of brought it back up again. So I really recommend this, and one of the reasons I wanted to come in and do this today is because if I wait and wait and wait, and I'll kind of forget the details, and I'm still feeling quite excited about these. And it makes me want to watch more online content. You know, I've watched a load of these masterclasses. I've got to catch up with some of them. And I missed the experts at the card table sort of online conference that Vanishing Ink did recently, convention that it made me really want to go and see, because Jason mentioned a lot of stuff. Somebody had done some brief work on that. And it's made me want to maybe check out more kind of Penguin lectures and stuff like that, because I forget how much I enjoy online lectures or recorded lectures. You just learn so much, don't you? Luch's got a lecture here, and Luch, I've been, you know, looking at a lot of your stuff, and we've had a couple of conversations, and I know that some of your stuff's on your Penguin lecture, and I'm really, really looking forward to seeing that. And I'm not just saying you because you're a mate, but some of the stuff we've talked about, you know, when I did fourth dimensional telepathy on stage recently, you really helped me with that. And I know you've got a load of details on your Penguin lecture. So yeah, it's just time, innit? Finding a time. It's like Mihao, I'm in wanting to read your book, and there's no point in just reading it. I want to read it with my cards in hand and give it the sort of attention it deserves. So yeah, it's just brilliant. So check that out. I'm glad. I hope I've gushed over that enough. Let's have a look at here. Can't find an English word with this sound. Oh, right, okay. It's a bit like the in under matter. Oh, maybe. That's it, isn't it? Do you see Danny Dortiz's one? Danny Dortiz's one. That's why my first masterclass, and I loved it. Oh, I did see it. Or did I? No, I saw Connected. I haven't watched the whole masterclass yet. I don't think. I watched some of it. I think, unless I'm getting confused. Tom said, I have tremendous respect for Jason's knowledge and skills. What a great opportunity to spend time with him. I agree. And I think his teaching is just tremendous as well. And I don't know whether, I think like all teachers, he's been teaching, last time I saw him teach was years and years ago. And of course he's always been a good teacher, but this is really something different for me. Lectures is where it's at for me too. So much good stuff out there. Yeah, that's it. Mattia. Thanks, man. Right, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it sounds like I'm insane. Basically, I couldn't get Matthew's pronunciation of his name right. So I'm doing this isn't a plug because you can't go, but I'm doing just a bit of a story. I'm doing a lecture tonight, talking about lectures, and CJ, who's a member of my card magic course, lovely guy, great magician, and asked me to do a lecture at his club in Nevada. And I'm like, yeah, man. And I sort of checked quickly, you know, I did that thing of checking quickly what the time difference would be. Oh, great, it'd be like 3 o'clock. I hadn't checked, and I checked. I'm not very good after 11 o'clock at night. I'm doing a lecture tonight from this office at 3 o'clock in the morning, ladies and gentlemen, until 5. And I'll tell you what, I don't know, I'm very fascinated about how that's going to go. So hopefully it'll be recorded and it might go down in history. Because the last time I did a lecture was in the middle of the day and I was a bit tired, and I got halfway through teaching my cups and balls and I got completely lost. So I'm very much hoping that it's going to be okay. But I'll report back on Thursday. So come to the live session on Thursday, and I'll do some of these last minute ones as well. So if you ever see me go live, make sure you click the notifications icon, the little bell icon, after you've subscribed. So like and subscribe, check out cardmagiccourse.com, all of that stuff. And now I'm going to go and have a nap. Check out the no sleep till bedtime. I'm going to go to bed at like 8:30, try and force myself to go to sleep, which isn't clearly going to happen, and then get up at 2. It's going to be like going on holiday, isn't it? That's what it's going to be like. So yeah, check out Card Magic Course, and keep your eye out for me going live. Suggest you take 30-minute Las Vegas power nap before the lecture. Yes. Yeah, I'm going to. It's going to be, yeah. Is that a euphemism for loads of coffee? A Las Vegas power nap or more? Right, so thanks. I've enjoyed playing with cards and chatting to you. It's been lovely. No worries, Mihal. Looking forward to reading it. So please do share this if you like it. Tell people about it. Tell people about the card course. And we've got Peter Wardell lecturing on there on Sunday. So we're having live lectures now. That's Sunday? No, it's Thursday, sorry. And one more thing I had to say. I don't know. But be safe. Take care. And look after yourselves. See you later. Bye.